Our next speaker is Heather Allen. I've known Heather for a while, and I must say, when I was first sort of starting Triangle Artworks, I'm sort of the founder, and I would talk to people, and they would all say, "Have you met Heather Allen? Have you met?" It got kind of ridiculous. "Have you met Heather Allen?" I'm like, "Yeah, yes, I know Heather." So I can tell you that based on that one thing alone makes me know that this woman knows how to market better than anybody I know. And she has recently written a book called Let Your Creativity Work for You. She helps a lot, helps artists sort of learn how to make money in their businesses, artists of all types. And her theme for you all tonight is keep calm and cheers. Oh, there you are.
Marketing is kind of an evil word. I like to call it making friends. I was out for a walk the other day, and I saw a fellow walking in my general direction. He was walking towards me, and he was walking backwards. And I thought to myself, now that's a peculiar way to travel. And as he passed me, and I was clearly out of his sight, I decided that I was going to walk backwards too. And I'm glad I did, because it was a whole new way of looking at things. For the first time, I could see where I had come from to get me to where I was. And I took it as a moment of real reflection on where I'd been in the past 5 years, myself and my fiance, Philip. 5 years ago, he was living in Bordeaux, France. He went out on a whim, followed his gut, and he was learning about viticulture, grape growing, and enology, the science of winemaking. He was there for 3 years and got to see 3 cycles of a grape in a vineyard and went through production with those grapes and met a lot of great people. And I was in south of France. I was taking my background in art and design and putting that through the ringer in a business innovation management master's program and trying to find my entrepreneurial path. How do we bring art and business together in a way that has meaning for people in a new way? Philip came to visit me, and we got coffee together and decided to write out kind of a 5-year tentative plan out on a napkin. Who's important to us? What do we want to create? What does life look like? And in the past 5 years, we've done a lot of good things that we've done with the support of a lot of wonderful people. Philip started a wine store with his business partner. They bring the stories of winemakers to audiences who love wine. Winemakers who pour their heart and soul and body and imagination into their product every single year. And I try to do the same thing with visual artists who also pour their heart and soul and body and imagination into their craft every single year. My goal is to help them tell their story and empower them in their businesses and their marketing. But for Philip and I, our paths weren't always so clear. We have the vision of setting up a biodynamic vineyard with spaces for people to bring their own creativity. And when we started out with this vision, I'll tell you, I wasn't on board with the whole living in the middle of nowhere thing. If you're on a farm, most likely you're in the middle of nowhere. I'm a city girl from St. Louis. I'm used to culture and public transportation. I'm used to ball games and neighbors. So it took a little while to think about how do I take this discomfort of living away from culture and community, and how do we bring that to the farm? And the more we thought about that, the more excited I got about this vision. And I'll tell you that now that I am a little bit older, I'm very excited about living in the middle of nowhere. We want to create a space that brings people to us when they need to recharge. We want to create a space where people can enjoy really, really good meals, and as a result, have really, really good conversation with other people. And of course, drink really, really good wine and beer. We want to create a space where people can bring their own passions, where they can share those passions with others, be it through teaching, through learning, through self-reflection, you name it. We want to create the space for these things to happen on their own. And we want people to feel that they can be there as long as they need to. So why not make a weekend of it, make a week of it, make a month-long retreat of it? Just stay and get what you need, because the world moves very quickly today, and sometimes we just need to retreat back to get back to our roots. I've worked at Penland School of Crafts, and for me that was a huge education, out in the middle of nowhere, tons of activity, international mecca for craft education. Philip and I have taken a lot of road trips to small family-owned vineyards in the US and abroad, and these places have shown us the path for this kind of vision. We're still trying to figure out how the heck to make it work, but we've got a lot of ideas and we've got a lot of concreteness. For example, my business right now is intentionally location independent. I want to be able to bring it with me to the farm. And I've taken a lot of the ideas and things that I've learned and put them in a book recently. I published it last month, and as I was preparing for my book release party, a really amazing thing happened. I want to share this short story with you. I was on the website of a fellow that I interviewed for my book, and that interview led to someone else's website, a fellow named John Hendricks. He's an illustrator in St. Louis, and this is John. On his website, he's got a video. Halfway through the video, he's outside with his wife and his daughter. They're outside in St. Louis, right in front of the home I grew up in. Just random connection. But serendipities like these are so critical because they tell us that we're on the right path. I called John, and I got confirmation that he does indeed live in the house across the street from the one that I grew up in. I thought it was amazing, and he said it was hilarious. So Philip and I are still on our path. We've got a ton of napkins to write out the next 5 years. We're working on our business plan. We're really excited about the future and about finding that place to call home and making it better than we found it, biodynamic. We also look forward to inviting you there and hope that you will come and rejuvenate when the time is right. Thanks. Cheers.